Alright, let's get real. I had exactly $1,000 sitting in my bank account and this huge dream of building my own thing. But honestly, I was terrified. You've seen it all over social media, right? Be your own boss, quit your 9 to 5, all that stuff. But nobody ever talks about the gut-wrenching, ugly truths you hit when you're literally starting with nothing. So before I spent a single cent on my business idea, I had to stop and admit I was thinking about it all wrong. This is the real, unfiltered story of how I turned that $1,000 into a legit, profitable business, and it all started with the hard lessons that actually set me up to win. The very first and most critical thing I did with my money was not touch it, at least not for the business. That's the first reality check. See, jumping into a new venture unprepared isn't just a gamble, it's a guaranteed way to lose your money and all of your sleep. So I made a pre-flight checklist for my own life first. The #1 target was high-interest debt. You know that credit card bill that gives you a pit in your stomach every month? Paying that off is like giving yourself a guaranteed return on your investment. You are not going to find a better, safer return than that in your first few months of business, so that debt had to go. Second, I built a small emergency fund. Think of this as your financial firewall. It's the cash that protects you when life inevitably happens. People always throw around 3 to 6 months of expenses, and that can feel completely out of reach. But honestly, just getting that first $1,000 saved up in a separate high-yield savings account is a total game changer. It means a flat tire or a slow week for the business doesn't become a full-blown crisis. Only after I checked those 2 boxes did I really have $1,000 to build with. Okay, with the foundation set, it was time to actually build the business. My plan was dead simple, designed to get real-world results without getting overwhelmed. I decided to start a mobile car detailing business. Why? The startup costs were low, I could physically do the work myself, and people would pay for a service that delivered visible, satisfying results. First, I had to get the right equipment. I could have easily blown the whole budget on one fancy pressure washer, but the goal was to get everything I needed to do a fully professional job from day one. I spent hours digging through online reviews and forums, finding that perfect balance between quality and price. This meant a reliable pressure washer, a solid shop vac, quality soaps and waxes, and a mountain of microfiber towels. I used about $800 of my $1,000 to get a complete, capable setup. This was my one-time investment in the machine that would actually make me money. Next, I had to actually look like a business. This sounds way more intimidating than it is. I started a dedicated social media page to post my work. That became my digital storefront. I made a simple, clear price list for different detailing packages. I connected my bank account to a payment tab so getting paid would be easy for customers. This phase wasn't about spending money. It was about creating a smooth, professional process that built trust before I even picked up a sponge. And now for the secret weapon, the part that actually gets you customers. Instead of just posting and praying, I became my own marketing engine. I started by offering to detail cars for family and friends at a huge discount. The only catch? I needed to take detailed before and after photos, and they had to leave an honest review online. Those transformation pictures were pure gold. It turned my service from an idea into a tangible, desirable results that people could see with their own eyes. Slowly but surely, that visual proof started bringing in my first real paying clients. I will never forget that first real customer. My stomach was in knots. I was so nervous, my mind was just racing. What if I scratch the paint? What if they hate it? What if I'm too slow? But then, I just fell back on my plan. I had the right gear, I had a process, I had already practiced and gotten amazing results. My job wasn't to be perfect, it was just to follow my system and deliver a clean car. Trusting the process instead of my fear was the hardest part, but that's what builds your confidence and your reputation. Look, that first $1,000 wasn't really about buying equipment, it was about building a system from the ground up. It was proof that starting a business isn't some exclusive club with a secret password, it's a set of simple, repeatable steps that anyone can follow. The goal was never just a one-time project. It was about building the skills and the mindset of a business owner for the rest of my life. That simple roadmap, get your finances right, buy the right gear, create a marketing system, is what turned my fear of failure into the confidence to build my own future. So if this breakdown helped you, stick around. We're just getting this thing started.